So my role for Friday nights is really kind of gathering the troops, getting the students to participate and be ready to help in our productions on Friday. So that includes running graphics, running our replay system, even running our TriCaster for our video board, and running all the various cameras that we have. So the cameras in our platform, the camera in the press box, and on the field.
So last year, starting in my sophomore year, I began working the football games for VA High School ArrowVision program. And ever since I started it, I mean, every single Friday night, I was looking forward to getting an opportunity to just serve and actually get that like on-field and hands-on experience.
Typically on a Friday night, we have about 10 to 12 students, I want to say, and so they come from, all of the different ArrowVision classes that we have, and I believe we have 6 different classes that we have at the high school that myself and Ms. Dildine teach, and so those students come from those classes, and they get the opportunity to kind of, put those skills and the knowledge that they've learned in class, to use those on a Friday night.
Some of the roles that I played on Friday nights for football games would include actually being on the field and doing sideline camera for the ArrowVision live stream, also doing some main camera, some switching up inside of the press box, and a couple other positions as well.
So I started at my church when I was in about 8th grade, and I started just on a lighting board, just running a few things here and there. After a few years, I progressed into running the switcher, which was mostly just transitioning from figuring all that out as I progressed through it. And then when I was able to come into the ArrowVision program, I brought that in, just having that knowledge and being comfortable with running switchers and whatnot.
As a senior, I wanted to be more involved with my school, so what better way than to join the ArrowVision program? You're really involved with every single event that our school holds. Being on the sidelines on Friday nights, it felt kind of surreal, and you really understand what goes on behind the scenes. I never really knew how much work and how much actually goes on and how hard it is to be behind the scenes, but it was so cool because my friends would be in the jungle and it was like I'm kind of down on the sidelines. I kind of felt cool a little bit.
So Friday nights are a lot more eventful. A lot more things come at you out of nowhere. So you just have to be ready to have an open eye and just be ready to catch things as they come at you. I think one of the main challenges is just rolling with those punches, but always being ready and having an idea in the back of your head of what can I do if this was to happen.
So our home games, like I mentioned, we have about 10 to 12 students who are all working to facilitate that in-house and live stream broadcast, and so it's a bigger crew on a Friday night for our home games. On our road games, we usually take a smaller crew, about 4 or 5 students who help contribute to make sure that live stream runs. So they really get a lot more experience in setting up, from start to finish, making sure, that our cameras are set up right, connecting cables for sound and for our TriCaster system, setting up, microphones for audio. So they really get more of an opportunity to, have that experience.
With Friday nights, it definitely got me out of my comfort zone, and I think that's what Mr. Hurling was wanting for me to do, was just open up and show my personality to everybody. And so after kind of experiencing all the chaos from Friday nights, he was just one day decided, let's just do a podcast. Let's see how you do. And that's how I fell in love with podcasts. And now when I'm older, I do want to have my own podcast. So I'm definitely thankful for all the opportunities that Mr. Hurling has provided me.
This is my senior year in high school. After this year, I'd like to go do an internship with my church down in Edmond with our broadcast team. And after that, maybe get a role on the broadcast team or go somewhere else from there.
So getting the hands-on experience that I do get in the ArrowVision program, it's better equipping me for my future in journalism these next few years. So really just better overall equipping me for what I want to do in the future.
ArrowVision really, tries to excel and be the best, in the field, regardless of it being a high school or a school district. And so I really appreciate the fact that, I can take the skills that I've learned from college and really apply those here. So not only am I getting the opportunity to teach the students what I know, but I'm using those same skills to help, facilitate us creating what we create in ArrowVision.